wait, let me. I want to really thank you because you have freed me. I have been a small business, and one thing about my business is a lot of people don't know about Naplex coaching. They always think about the bigger brands where they got the prep books, they got the videos, all those things, and then they don't even see the value of coaching. Like I don't say I'm a tutor, I'm not. Because tutors only focus on certain information, but I am a coach where I have a holistic approach, the learning, the time management, the mindset, resilience building, as well as preparing you for the clinical, how you should actually study and prepare for the exam. And I thank you for this because, as you can see, like you reminded me of, sometimes I go back and forth because a lot of people, business owners I know, it's their name first. They don't take the identity off. And sometimes I wonder should I just start just promoting like you saw farmd2rph.com? Should I just use that and take off LaQuitaJohnson.com? But you freed me in saying that no, at the age we are with AI, people want to buy from people. People want to see me. So I really thank you. Really free me from that. And I'm really interested in you because I'm like, you're absolutely right. I need to be up and at them because, again, I just said people start graduating from pharmacy school in April. How are they going to know about me? So I want to really share that and say thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
That actually means I'm really trying not to cry, to be honest. No, that means a lot because on my end, I've had doubts about doing this whole channel. And I wasn't sure if 3 days ago, I almost canceled the whole idea. And so, yeah, I'm in the same spot. So I feel you because I have a lot of imposter syndrome because I've never done video or YouTube. I've done any kind of marketing, but YouTube and video, never. And so it's hard for me to come on here and be like, oh, I know all these things, but I have my presentation and video sucks. But I'm trying my best. But I'm really glad to hear that. And yeah, please do not move away from the personal, especially in something like this. I think you could use a lot more content to build up your authority. But I think this is, especially for a coach, right? For a coach, you don't want just some business that has some dude that you're one of every, I don't know, 120 or something like that. So yeah, absolutely.
Well,
absolutely.
Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Awesome. Well, you have some homework, some things to think about, and I'm going to send you over some resources to take a look at. And let's talk in like 2 months.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. I look forward to it.
Awesome. What's that? Oh. Okay. Hi.
Hi, how you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good.
Great. It's great to meet you. Thank you for being flexible on the original schedule, by the way.
Oh, you're totally welcome. You're totally fine. I was like, oh, let me cut off my things so if you're doing this loud, it won't be in your background.
Fair enough. So we'll just jump right into it. So kind of how I do this, if you want to give me like a 5 to 10 minute background on your business, what you do, what you've done with the website, the struggles you're dealing with, and then we'll go from there.
Well, I'm Dr. LaQuita J. I help pharmacists pass their NAPLEX. I focus it on the key thing is I'm the point of RPH. We focus on NAPLEX preparation to career coaching, but more so career. It's a coaching platform, and with NAPLEX, we mainly brand ourselves as a NAPLEX coaching program service and obviously, but we do more than we do career as well. We focus on career, resilience, as well as NAPLEX preparation. So those are three main buckets we talk about. All about coaching and speaking. From the coaching page.
Are you a pharmacist yourself?
I'm a pharmacist. I am a pharmacist. Yes. Yes.
Awesome. And so you're writing the content on the website, or do you have a writer for you?
I write the content on the website.
Okay, cool. Because in topics like this, when it comes to medical, money, or life, big important things, you want to have a little more of authority than maybe somebody who doesn't know what a pharmacist would know, right? And some of the verbiage and the language, right? Because you want to get that authority. What is PharmD to RPH?
PharmD to RPH, when you graduate from pharmacy school, you graduate with a PharmD. When you go to pass the NAPLEX exam, you have to in order to practice as a pharmacist, you have to pass the NAPLEX exam. And that's when you get that's the NAPLEX, our licensure exam, the North American Pharmacist Licensure exam. Then you also, too, for the RPH, in order to practice, you need that to practice. So that's help with the career aspect. So that's where PharmD to RPH comes from.
Okay. And what are some of the struggles or things you're wanting to improve with your website?
With the website, definitely to be like how to navigate the website. I think sometimes it's from the aspect of being user friendly. Sorry, and I want to make sure that we focus on it, like how to become user friendly, where you understand, like you immediately know what we do, who we are, what we do, what we understand that, and how can we help.
So let's look at some of your pages here. I gotta say it's a nice website. You did a good job. Did you build this yourself?
I did.
Wow. Yeah, you did a great job. Normally when I hear clients have built a website themselves, I'm like, oh gosh. But this is well done. I like this for sure. Let's see. So we have what's this page?
This is our current program, our flagship program.
And this is your main offering, correct?
Yes. For the NAPLEX is our main offer. We have two offers. One is the NAPLEX Play, and the second one is Think Like a Pharmacist.
Okay. For strategies, got this. Career work, speaking. I'm just looking at all your landing pages real quick to see what we got going on.
Okay. Oh.
Okay, it's not that bad. Okay. So there's a little work to be done on page speed, but and the reason why I bring that up is because you're talking about usability for users and whatnot. But let's see. Native play, we look at that one, speaking. So on.
Yeah, I see that. Like, oh, okay.
Well, so you got your first thing to work on. You got your first homework.
Yes, my first homework.
These are actually structured pretty well. I'm pretty impressed. VIP coaching. Yeah, have you done some extensive keyword research?
What kind of research?
Keyword research, and to see who is searching for what?
Yes, in a sense. I've done Google Trends, and Google Trends doesn't provide too much. This is another one. Auger, somebody. It's another one. And I look at the trends of seeing like whether they're looking for, what words they're typing. Then too, this is a simple thing of when you go into Google, you type in whatever comes down. That shows search research too. So I look at that's how been my things for keywords. That's been my approach.
Okay. So you've never used a tool like Ahrefs or SEMrush?
No, never heard of
Okay.
it.
After this, you can create a free account on SEMrush. I believe they give you one project with a couple of pages, and I can actually send you some guides on how to do some keyword research, because the thing that I may be a little iffy on here, and this is when it comes to like professionals such as yourself. A lot of times when you write the content yourself, you're going to be using jargon and language that you and other pharmacists would use, right? But that doesn't always exactly match what they're typing into Google, right? So even though that's the language you guys speak one-on-one, that may not be what they're typing into Google. So what keyword research does is it shows you by volume, by cost per click. There's a bunch of data in there. Like I said, I'll send you a guide. Don't get overwhelmed or anything. And it tells you who is searching for what keywords and how many per month. So, you know, if you have some keywords that are ranking higher, like say if Naplex only has 1,000 a month search, right? But, you know, say users are Googling pharmacy exam certification or something like that, right? And so that's what keyword research does, because it really gets down and drills down into your user's intent. And when you, excuse me, when you tap into the user's intent on who would be buying your services, that's when you get to the bread and butter of SEO, right? So keyword research is very important for that. Let me just look at your search results. Or you're not local, are you?
No, and I'm not local with those there. The blog I'm helping. I have a new team member coming on to get images for those blog, like those images for that blog.
No, so I meant, are you a local business? Like, do you have a Google business profile? And
No, I do not. I don't have a local business profile, because the thing is originally when I started and I was going to do online, but of course advancing with years technology, where you can get an online address, and now at one time you couldn't. So that was the goal, to get like an online address so it can be more Google friendly, because right now we are virtual. It's like you can go, it's not set one, so we don't have a brick and mortar.
Okay. So there's a few things before I forget this. So yeah, we definitely have to get some images on the blog page, right? Because when this is the main kind of way that you use to build authority around a certain topic, and that's how Google is going to place you within the search, right? And so this is like the kind of the main avenue that users are coming into your website. So if they come to this page and there's no images on there, there's nothing to really capture their attention, they're gone, right?
Yeah.
And so you really want to have some nice images up here to really bring them in. And but you said you're working on that, so that's fine.
Could you hit auto post? Because I would see, like, you can see the images there. So like,
okay.
It's just those certain ones. I want to know your opinion on that.
Well, opinion on what?
Like the imagery, because you can see the imagery on that. Like the other images so far, what we have there, just so far. But it's the more I have assistant coming in now to put the images on there.
You know, I like this a lot, actually. I haven't seen a lot of people do like this kind of branding on their blog images, and other SEOs might have a different opinion, but I think it's very personal. I like this. I like that a lot. I say you keep doing this. You want to be personal, right? Especially in the world of AI. Everybody's sick of AI and bots and everything, right? The more personable you can be, and the more like hey, I'm a down to earth human, the more people are going to like your website, the more people are going to like your content, right? Because at the end of the day, we all just want to connect with another human, right? Especially if we're going to buy from them, right? Especially if we're going to spend a lot of money, we want to make sure that we like that person, we're going to get along with them, so on and so forth, right?
Yes.
So yeah, I like the images. I like the images you have. Now going on to the blog format, it's okay. So we don't have continuity. So where was the first one I went to?
Yeah, there's no.
There's not really a continuity in kind of the format and layout, and so you normally want to keep that going, right?
Gotcha.
Oh, Google just froze. Hold on. I've been having problems with Google. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Oh, sorry about that. Google's been having it keeps freezing on me. Like the browser will just freeze. I can't do anything. All right. All right, we're back. So yeah, so with the blog formats, normally you want to keep it to a certain layout, a certain format, and this isn't only to keep it clear and easy to read for your users, it's also easier for you, right? Because when you're creating content, you want to streamline that process and be able to have a format. Okay, this is how I'm going to structure my blogs. This is the kind of things I want. With the specific font, size, stuff like that. You don't want one blog to look completely different than the next one, right? Because it kind of is disjarring to users. And let's see. Are you using AI to create content?
Yes. Yes. To repurpose content, because yes, I do use it for repurposing content and just flushing out some things, but not all the things.
Okay, let's see what we got here. You know what? I need to find out why Squarespace does this.
What does Squarespace do?
Normally, you don't need a lot of those ones aren't bad. Okay, that's a different issue.
What is
see.
Like
It's nothing wrong with your site. I've just seen this on Squarespace a couple of times. And so if you look up here, what this means is the user agent. So when a user comes to your website on a browser, they have what's called a user agent that your website uses to identify what system they're on. So it'll say like, oh, Chrome or Firefox, so on and so forth. It lets your website know who it is. And so the user agent here is GPT bot, ChatGPT user, Anthropic AI. And so in your robots file, what you can do is you can stop certain user agents from even being able to crawl your website, right? So say if you wanted to completely block out AI. So here where you see it says disallow and it says /config, that means it's not going to let, or it's telling the bot that it should.
Where does that say that? Disallow?
Let me turn. Can you see it better now? Sorry. So see this disallow here?
Okay.
So what that's saying is it's asking the bots that are coming into your website not to crawl that page, right? And so what this disallow means is it says /config. So LaQuitaJohnson.com/config or whatever URL they had in Squarespace. It's telling them not to go to that. And so if this was disallow with just a slash and there was no word after it, that means that it'd be blocking all bots, right? And so I'm just concerned that why Squarespace is putting in the AI bots into the robots file, because and other SEOs may disagree with me, but this is hurting businesses by limiting AI's access to your website, right? Because the future of digital marketing is artificial optimization, right? How do we get our data into the AI's data, right? So that when people ask questions to the AI, that they respond with our brand. You know, if they said, "Hey, who's David?" Right? I want them to say, "Oh, that guy David is the best SEO ever," right? And so how do we do that? Well, we can't do that if we block the bots, the AI bots, from coming to our website. But yours are not blocked. It's just something that I need to look into why they're doing that. And yeah, that's just a note for me. Let's go to your sitemap. Let's see here. Oh my gosh. Oh.
You froze.
Oh my gosh. This is killing me. Come on, Chrome. I'm so sorry. It's, amateur hour over here. I'll have to reinstall. Okay. All right, so you have a pretty steady stream of content. So 1, 4. And so what do your rankings look like? Tell me a little bit about your numbers. Have you set well, first off, have you set up Google Search Console and Google Analytics?
I have done Google Analytics, but I thought something went away. Something went away a couple of years ago. They said something went away, so I was like, "Oh, it's gone." But I didn't care to look and see if it was still there. So I should probably be back. But I did start something.
Okay. Do you know if you originally set those up?
I originally set those up. I had Google Console and Google Analytics set up.
Okay.
Originally, because before Squarespace bought, like I had Google Mail for I did Google domains for Squarespace bought those.
Oh, I gotta. Can't see anything there.
Oh.
I'm just checking to see if there's a Google Analytics.
Doesn't look like. Anything to it.
Oh my gosh, what is this, Squarespace? I'm a WordPress fanboy. That's my tech stack, and so some other platforms, I'm just like, why is like this is wild. I've never seen this on a website before, but you know, whatever. It's not bad. It's just how they built the coding or whatever they have in their back end. Oh man. Holy moly, there's a lot. Okay, I might have scrolled past it. Anyways, wait. Oh no. Might be over to the right. Anyways, so that's one thing, another piece of homework. Make sure you log into Google Analytics and Google Search Console. Make sure that they're all set up correctly. And if you want to go one step further, actually, you can take a screenshot of like just the home page of Google Search Console and your Google Analytics and send it over to me. I can give you some more advice based on your actual traffic, right? Because it's hard to give exact SEO advice and SEO audit without seeing numbers, right? And so this is more like a high level. Hey, these are some of the things that you could be working on. And before I forget, on the homepage, we need better link descriptions here. So when it comes to internal linking, you want to use that it's called anchor text. So that learn more, that text right there is called anchor text. And so when you're internally linking pages, you want to use an anchor text that tells the user, not only the user, but Google as well, what that page is going to be about, right? Because nobody wants to go, this is just like Naplex coaching is time. That's all great. But the link is the most important, right? And that anchor text is directly connected to that internal link, if you will. And so when you have learn more there, if Google's a bot, right? What does learn more mean to a computer? Nothing, right? But now if this link said Naplex coaching, okay, now not only Google, now the users know exactly what that page is going to and what's going to be contained within it, right? And so we want these to be way more descriptive, and you also want them to have like a little bit of a call to action, right? These are on your homepage, and these are one of the main actions that you want users to take. And so learn more doesn't do anything for anybody, right? And so you want to really use these buttons that are big and designed to capture the user's attention, to capture their attention and make sure that they go to those pages. Because the longer they stay on your website, the more likely they are to buy from it. Guide this. Mailer line. Okay, speaking. Are you doing any external marketing, maybe like for social media for this?
Yes, I did a whole series on YouTube, and it's also in the blog.
Okay, this might be another good option for you. This is great. So this is free?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, so you could actually start running some ads for this on social, Facebook, Google, to pharmacists and be like, hey, come get this free Naplex study skills toolkit, right? And that's one of the biggest ways, because they're like, they're stressed as hell. They're like, oh, how am I going to pass this certification? Something free that's going to help them from a doctor that's been there, done that, from an organization that helps them do that. They'll come download it all day, right? And then they come into your website, see all the services you offer, and then they buy, right? And so that's kind of how you build a funnel, when you start letting those ads kind of funnel your traffic in. And this also has twofold benefits, because you also start getting more data on the users that are coming into your website and what they're not only searching for, but what they're clicking on, right? And so you can start building, gets like way deep into ads, but you can start building custom audiences so that you can remarket to them. So once they come in, and what this would look like, once they come and download the study skills toolkit, right? They go into a Google Analytics bucket where it says, okay, this person downloaded from you before. So let's say after 50 downloads, you say, okay, well, now I'm going to set up another ad, and then it's going to be for the Naplex page, right? And you're going to send that ad to the same people who downloaded the Naplex study skills toolkit, right? Because you already got them halfway. If they've already made that action on your website, you're already halfway, and you got to go after and get them, right? So then you hit them up with a second ad. Hey, listen, this is going to get your exam passed. Here's our services, right? And so, I'm not sure if you've gotten into ads or anything like that, but that's another avenue for you to look into and ask around. So, is this? Do you have a second website? Or
oh no, this is. I want to create form details. I want to create a separate website. We just haven't yet. So right now, it's just all the links of it. It's gonna redirect you. Because a lot of times people just don't have, like you see, they just list the company and not like the person. So that's the approach. I was listing the company, not the person. You can see like the people I have.
It didn't change that much. See, there's you see varsity tutors, U.S. top consultant, past Naplex now, naplextutors.com. So someone's typing in Naplex exam help, right? Nobody wants to buy from these people, right? Like, I don't even know what these websites are, but U.S. top consultant, not clicking on that, whatever that is. Past Naplex, these are all just so generic, right? So if you actually set up ads to run just for this keyword, Naplex exam help, and it's a real person with a real business that's personable, they're going to choose you every single time, right? But you have to put in that work into building the ads and building the content and, the presence in order to get there, because you're not going to be able to just go in here and start ranking organically down here and be able to beat the big dogs right out the gate, right? And so those ads will really come into play, especially in the beginning, and they'll help boost your SEO for sure. And so, like I said, this is important to do keyword research for, because there could be tons of people that are searching for Naplex exam help, but it may not be one of the topics that you're touching on in your blogs or on your other internal pages, right? And so if you don't have any content that's geared towards this, then this U.S. top consultant is getting all that traffic, right? And so that's why keyword research is really important. Yeah, they're all just so generic. Do you I'm brainstorming some other things here. My brain's going. Have you ever done any like university outreach programs or anything like that?
That's what's the next phase to go into for university outreach. Go into that. We have been contacted by a few universities. We have spoken a couple of them, and but now it's more going into that. So that's one of our goals. But it's kind of the timing of it should have been more so. It's more so preparing for the upcoming year, because people are graduating now. They graduate in April, May. So is that thing there? They have to be pitched at least starting in the beginning of the fall.
Okay. So it's too late for right now is what you're saying.
Too late for right now. If it's right now, it's gonna be too late in the sense that it'll just be just faith. Just straight to the prayer for now. But if you
Okay.
get into the school, the host of speaking engagement to go speak to them, but more so just like it, I have more chances of being actually spoken to and seeing them for the upcoming school
Now,
year.
now you're saying it's too late because if they started now, they ain't got enough time to prepare, right?
No, they got time to prepare. I'm just saying for the schools themselves, like just to get
Oh,
in and
okay.
start talking to schools. But for the students, oh no, it's
see.
time. Like that's where
Okay.
that's
So
in
yeah, I
the
had it backwards.
like now I hired on like a marketing assistant and hired on people now because now it is time. People are graduating. So now it's to speed it up.
Well, I hate to go back to it, but you know how you capitalize on that? Ads. You know, especially if you're seasonal, right? Because this time of year when they're graduating, that's when you're going to make your bread and butter, right? And so, like, let's say you have a 4-month window, right? You can do all this SEO and you can do everything, and you'll get all the users, you know, all things being equal. But how you really capitalize when you want all that traffic in your golden period, I guess I'd call it, you want to be able to maximize the amount of people coming. So ads. So are you posting on social and stuff? I'm assuming.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. And so,
and I actually host a free event every month. I just host a case study event of how I help someone who failed on the third time pass on the fourth.
Awesome. I love that. That's great. And if you can actually kind of like segue that into doing that for the colleges, I think you'll find a lot of success with that as well. You know, just like, hey, I want to come in and give a presentation about the NAPLEX exam completely free to the pharmacist class, and you know, you can actually talk to the professors and just come in and talk to them for 30 minutes to an hour, right? And then bam, you're in front of 40 of your customers. Like that is huge, right? And you're not going there to be salesy and to sell your program. Well, I mean, you are, but you're going there to be helpful and like help them, right? And then they're gonna you get that golden opportunity that most business owners wouldn't get, and that's to really show your expertise face to face to their customer, especially in an online business that's, you know, very unheard of to be able to do. You know, unless you're a billion-dollar company, you just fly all over the world. But I ain't got it like that.
Yes. No, that's honestly that's honest.
So yeah, I think there's a lot of opportunities, especially in the ad marketplace here, just because it looks pretty, like I said, pretty slim. Let's see what this said. Kaplan, Happy Farm. You know what? Let's see something else real quick. Oh, here we go. Oh yeah, here we go. I think I might have found the golden. No way. So, what I'm thinking here is that you see, I did NAPLEX, and I clicked the news tab, and for the past year, there's only 2 pages on Google. Nobody is writing about the changes, you know, the fees, news, things that are coming up. You could absolutely capitalize on it. Start writing about NAPLEX news and like, you know, changes, new offerings that are coming up in different colleges or new programs that are being offered. You could really capitalize on this. Nobody is writing news for this. This is crazy. They have tons of pages over here, obviously, but they're not writing. Like I said, you could capitalize on this for sure. I would definitely start pumping out some content that is geared more towards you know, news and the trends that are actually going on with NAPLEX and the changes. And one of the things you can do is you can set up. I use Feedly. it's an RSS feed. And so what you can do is you can subscribe through this RSS feed, and you can see whenever these kind of posts or these websites post something, and then you can learn about the newest news with whatever topic, and then you write your own topics from that, right? And so that's a kind of a quick way that I've used in the past to help clients, because I don't know every business, and so what I do is I set up a feed based on their industry, and then I get their latest industry news, and so that way I can capitalize on that if something breaking happens, right? And so we could either write content that's for that breaking change, or maybe there's a breaking change in their industry that, we need to change on the website, right? And maybe there's different regulations. It depends if like they're in the financial sector or something like that. And so, not sure where I was going with that one.
No, but I guess the question also too is, how do you get on something? I understand your constant logic, but how would you get to like a news posting for Google like that?
So it's that's a little more of a complex question.
Gotcha.
So there's a couple different things to talk about there, whether it's Google Discover, Google News. So if you're actually set up as a news website, which yours is not, it's easiest to get into that news category, right? So
Gotcha.
no, none of these are news. They're all EDU. Oh, okay. So what they do is they set up a specific thing, a news API with Google, and then what this does is it indexes all the content that they post quickly, and it's like for sites like Fox News and CNN, right? They publish a lot of content very quickly, and so that's normally how it's the fastest way to get onto this news tab. But you can, I've seen multiple clients get on there, and it's easiest when there's not a lot of results, right? Because Google wants, at the end of the day, Google cares about the user experience. And so if somebody's typing in something and they're not finding any results, Google doesn't want that, right? And so if there's nothing in that news tab, they're going to put something in that news tab, right? They're not just going to have users clicking on that on whatever keyword and just have a blank page, right? I mean, it does happen, but I haven't seen it in like a year. But so I don't really want to get into the technicalities of how to do it, because it's a little more of an SEO specialist thing. But just focus on writing news oriented content, right? Updates about Netflix, changes, stuff like that, new offerings. But I can also send you some guides and stuff too on how to maximize the amount of content that you get in the news tab. But it can be hard for some. I'm not saying it's going to be easy if you just start writing news content that you're going to be bam on the news tab all of a sudden. So don't make a YouTube video and say, oh, that guy, But I think you have a lot of opportunities here, like a lot of opportunities to capitalize. In the news, you have ads. I think your content's pretty good. Like I said, I would format the blog a little, and keep it the same layout. And then, since it's on Squarespace, I'm not really too concerned about your technical problems, if you have any, mainly because they handle a majority of it. And secondly, because they don't let you change a lot of it. So it is what it is, right? Let's see. Let me see if I could give you some other pointers at the last bit here. Oh, yes, rich results. I wanted to touch on that. So you have Schema, right? And so in your Schema, you have a local business and you have an organization. So this is the local business schema that you have. And so just to explain schema real quick, is schema looks like, oh, it's not actually going to show it to me, is it? Oh, it's actually, that's not important. It's okay. So this is a local business schema. So you have this on your website. It's telling Google bot when it crawls your website that your business is a local business, right? And so one, this is an issue because you're not a local business, right? You don't sell locally per se, and you don't have a Google business profile. So one, it's bad because you're not a local business. Two, because you don't have any fields filled out, right? And so if we go back to the other test results, your organization is the same thing. So when Google is a bot, right? And there are some SEOs nowadays that'll say that schema is not important. I completely disagree on just about every aspect. But Google is a machine. It is a computer. And we give way too much credit to Google to be actually to be able to actually understand the content and the meaning behind the content that is on a page. So when Googlebot comes into your website and it crawls this schema, it's giving it data on what's on that page in a programmatic way, if that makes sense, right? So it's kind of machine code talking to another machine like, hey, this is what this page is about, right? And so right now, when Google comes in, it's like, okay, it's a local business. They have an image. They have no name, no address, no email. They have nothing, right? And so that's another thing that I can send you a guide on and to get some schema going. And you know, you want to put your website name in there. There's all kinds of different schemas that you can put in there. But you also, this is one of the things you want to capitalize as well. I wouldn't. This can get pretty technical. So I wouldn't spend a lot of time on it, right? For someone that doesn't know, I don't want you to like spend 2 weeks trying to learn how to custom code schema, because it's not going to be worth it for you, and you're going to get lost in the sauce and be like, this sucks. So I would focus on the other things. But if you do end up scaling and you hire an SEO or something like this is one of the first things I would tell them to look at. It's like, hey, I need you to check my schema, and I need you to get this fixed, right? So yeah, I want to focus on it too much. But the other thing is right now, so when Google looks at your website, this is kind of how it sees it. So let me see why that is.
Just that image there.
Oops. Huh. All right, let's see. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Let's see if it shows that way on desktop as well. Okay, so still an issue here, right? So what this means is that there could be a number of things that is showing Google that this is what it's appearing like. But don't worry too much about this, because it's not exactly how Google is viewing your website, right? Because it looks at your HTML and the content on the page and so on and so forth. But usually when this is off from the homepage, that lets me know that there's something off about the layout that is not user friendly to users, right? Because if Google's coming in and this is the screenshot they see, but this is what we see, there's a difference, right? And so you might have some technical issues on maybe the layout or so on and so forth that is not user friendly. So if you go on to hire an SEO or something, that's another thing that I would have them look at. But I wouldn't focus on this as well, because it would take a lot of time, and like I would have to dive into this. I just from looking at it, I can't tell what it could possibly be, or if there isn't even an issue there, right? Could just be Google being weird and took a weird screenshot. There's a lot of things in there. But these are just some high level overviews of things that you can take a look at, have someone else take a look at, keep in the back of your mind, and improve your online presence. Do you have any other struggles or anything else you had questions about, or?
You've done a lot. You have absolutely done a lot. I guess I question about you and how you got into this and what started it and all that. You, the person, David.
Sure. Thank you. I appreciate that. So I actually got started in digital marketing back in 2009. I was 19. I got involved with Twitter at the time. And this is like, did I say 2019, 2009? Sorry. 2009. And this is right when Twitter just came out. And so I'd worked for a tech company at the time that consulted celebrities. And so our job was to bring celebrities to the Twitter conferences so that they could speak on panels and teach businesses how to use social media for their marketing. And so going to these conferences, I learned social media, and then I started my own little agency that, I had clients here and there, and, nothing big. I'm max maybe like 10 clients at once, because I was just a one-man shop for the majority of the time. And then 2014 hit, and Apple killed all the ads. And so I switched full into SEO. And yeah, couldn't be happier. It's where my true passion and is. And yeah. And this is also, I'm big into community service as well, but I work a lot now. So this is kind of like my avenue. And I just want to help people. A lot of people think that SEOs are just like, oh, he has a show on YouTube because he wants to sell me his SEO services. I'm not here trying to sell you my SEO services. If you do decide that I'm that guy that you want to hire, that's great. I'd love it, but I'm not here to do that. You know what I mean? But I just want to help. So yeah. So with that being said, if you want to schedule a call like a month from now, or you need help or whatever, and you just want to schedule another one, we could hop on. And if you say, hey, I did all this homework and I want you to check it out and see what we did, great. I'd love to hop on a call again and go everything.
Yes, I do thank you for your time, and it's definitely something I would like to do. But yeah, I'll say a month. That's probably gonna. I would say I probably need more than a month, if I'm honest.
Yeah. No, it's fine.
Yeah, but I would love to follow. I would like to follow up with you.
Yeah, definitely. I understand that business owners don't have the 8 hours in the day just to sit there and work on their website and be in the back end, and I realize a lot of them don't want to do that.
Yeah, it's something like, just even the things I've written down, some things you told me and things this nature, and I'm the type of person I like to implement by the next time we talk. So just being realistic, saying that I probably 2 months, but not necessarily. But I mean, it could be a thing of it depends. I would challenge myself, but definitely I want to follow up with you. I do thank you for your time, because you gave a lot of value information. You probably say I just only got started, but to me, the newcomer, like, okay, this is good. This is really good.
You're, trust me when I say this, you're not in a bad spot. This is not a bad website. I don't see anything that's like extremely like, oh man, we need to work on this right now. So yeah, you can take 2 months. Hey, I always tell people, the harder you work on the website, the more chances you have to make more money faster. So it's
And
all up to you.
that's yeah, and honestly, that's what I'm saying. Like you have given me my approach for what I more likely should be doing in March. So with the website. So that's what I'm saying. I thank you. Ideally the goal would be to be, but realistically, but
For
I'll
sure.
have to get off my plate. But no, I thank you. And yes. Yeah, thank
Yeah.
you.
All right. We'll wrap it up there. Thank you for joining with me.
Oh, I
You're
get an
my
email.
second guest.
Yes, I get an email.
Yeah, I can send you an email.
Yes.
I'll send you the
It's on your
recording.
second guess.
Yeah, you're my second guest. I actually
Oh,
just posted my first video yesterday.
oh, good deal.
Yeah.
Good
So
deal.
if you have any other business owners, friends that need help, say, hey, I got a guy that'll do it for free. Give you an hour-long consultation for free.
Okay. Okay.
Let them know. Tell the people.
I will tell the people. You don't throw me with a good time. Let me tell the people.
All right.
I know a lot of people. So I will send this. I will forward your information on. Just give me your email and I will forward it on because that's definitely something I would definitely do.
Awesome.
But
Appreciate it.
I don't know if you were still recording. Can we not record if it's a possibility?
Yeah. I should.